Well, we are also being joined on this discussion by Dr. Ejiro Joyce Otibe-Buzo, Managing Director, CEO, Emerald International Development Services, who joins us via Zoom. Thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Let me also welcome Yeye Bumi Dikpo Salami, who also joins us via Zoom from Monrovia. She's a development strategist and executive director, Baobab for Women's Human Rights. Let's hear your perspective on this, beginning with Dr. Ejiro Joyce Otibe-Buzo. Let's hear you on the matter of reserving seats for women in the National Assembly and in the state assemblies.
Well, thank you very much. Just like our sister has indicated, I'll first say that it is morally correct. It's a question of justice that when you have almost half of your population as women, they deserve seats at the decision-making table. That is very clear. And because we are dealing with sustainable development, experts have linked women's participation with sustainable development. In fact, as far as the SDGs are concerned, the 17 of them, there is a central one, which is SDG 5, that talks about empowering women and girls everywhere. And one of the indicators for measuring a country's progress towards SDG 5 is the proportion of women in parliament. And on that indicator, Nigeria is doing very poorly. We all know the statistics. In the Senate, out of 109 seats, we have 4 women. 1 has been suspended because of prevailing circumstances, so we have 3 women now in the midst, out of 109. And then in the House of Representatives, we have 360 seats. We have 16 women. In the previous assembly, we had 13 women, so there's a marginal increase. In the Senate, we had 8 women in the previous assembly. Now we have 4, out of which 1 has been suspended. So we are even retrogressing. Whereas scholars have agreed that without achieving gender equality, there is no way we are achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. These Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, have to do with the welfare of the people. And the welfare of the people is one of the reasons why government exists. It talks about no poverty, it talks about zero hunger, it talks about healthcare, access to water and sanitation, and several other things. And scholars have shown that without achieving SDG 5, which is gender equality, there is no way we are ever going to achieve all of these laudable goals of the SDG. So, first of all, it's a moral right for Nigerian women to demand, to have seats at the table. Secondly, it's also a smart economic choice, because studies have also shown that when women are excluded, the potential they bring to development is also lost by the nation, And so it is important, it is pertinent that we all join forces to demand that women have seats at the table. I don't want to use the word women are given, because I see it as a right of women, as bona fide citizens of Nigeria. And let's not forget the fact that our foremothers fought side by side, our forefathers, to enthrone the democracy that we enjoy today. But constitutionally, from the time elections started in Nigeria in 1922, women have been excluded by law from even participating in politics. They were disenfranchised from beginning, from 1922 all the way to 1950, early 1950s. Women were not allowed by constitution to vote. So you can imagine that long gap. It was only in the early 1950s that women in the southeast and southwest were allowed by constitution to vote. Now, women in the north of Nigeria were not legally allowed to vote by constitution until the 1979 constitution, which sounds to me like yesterday. So the exclusion has been there, and this was legal exclusion. We are not yet even counting exclusion as a result of patriarchy, as a result of violence, as fact that political parties have been cornered and they have owners who are men who decide who goes in and who does not go in. We have had friends who tried to contest elections who were eminently qualified, but were excluded because of all of these issues.
Okay.
So I think it's about time. It has become very embarrassing. All our smaller neighbors